In a sun-blessed village nestled between two rivers, there lived two inseparable friends, Oni and Chisimo. They grew up like twin palm trees, rooted side by side, sharing everything life offered. From childhood, they hunted together, fished together, and were trained by the elders together. Everyone believed their bond was unbreakable, but as time passed, the seed of jealousy found soil in one heart.
Ho, ho, ho!
For while they were equals in many things, Oni was the beloved of the village, strong but humble, brave yet gentle, always willing to help anyone. And when the time came for marriage, fate favored him even more. He became engaged to Ada, the most graceful girl in the region, admired for her kindness and wisdom. People praised the match. They blessed Oni. They celebrated his joy. But Chisimo,
Ho, ho, ho!
he smiled with his mouth, while darkness fermented in his heart. Jealousy, you see, is a silent fire. One evening, as the sun melted into red and gold, Chisimo approached Oni. "My brother," he said warmly, "I heard of a sacred stone deep inside the whispering forest. They say whoever finds it gains blessings, strength, fortune. You should take it as a gift before your wedding."
Ho, ho, ho!
Oni's eyes widened with gratitude. "Blessings before marriage would honor my family," he said. "Let us go together." Chisimo nodded once. Yes, together. But his heart was already plotting. The whispering forest was feared by all, the home of ancient spirits. Only fools entered without reason. Yet the next dawn, the two friends ventured beneath its towering trees.
Ho, ho, ho!
The world around them changed. The cheerful bird song faded. The wind became an unnerving silence. The leaves on the trees whispered secrets to each other. Hours passed as they walked deeper and deeper into the forest's heart. At last, they reached a hidden clearing where a moss-covered stone lay cradled in the earth. Oni knelt in awe. "It is real," he whispered, his voice full of wonder.
Ho, ho, ho!
And in that moment of distraction, Chisimo lifted a heavy branch he had been carrying, and he struck. Oni fell unconscious, the sacred stone forgotten. Chisimo dragged his friend's limp body to the river bank. His breath coming in ragged bursts, he whispered bitterly, his voice laced with venom. "You have everything. I will have it now."
Ho, ho, ho!
And with a final, decisive push, he sent Oni into the rushing water and fled. When he returned to the village, his face was a mask of grief. He wailed, his voice breaking with feigned sorrow, "A lion, the river. Oni is gone." The village erupted in sorrow. Ada, Oni's beloved, fainted from the shock.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oni was mourned as a hero lost too soon, and Chisimo, the loyal friend, became the comforting shoulder for a grieving community. In time, with Oni gone, he stepped into the void he had created. He married Ada, but the spirits of the water are ancient, and they have eyes that see all.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oni did not die. The river, a force of nature, carried him for days until he was found by wandering fishermen from a distant kingdom. He was weak but alive, his memory wounded, his body broken. Months passed as he healed under the care of strangers. His body mended, and slowly his memories returned. The image of the branch, the sting of betrayal, the cold rush of the river.
Ho, ho, ho!
But with the memories came not a thirst for vengeance, but a profound understanding. He knew he would return, not with anger, but with truth, and with destiny. 2 years later, on the night of the great harvest festival, the village drums shook the earth. Everyone danced, celebrating a bountiful year. Chisimo, now a respected man in the village, walked proudly with Ada and their newborn son.
Ho, ho, ho!
Laughter echoed through the night. Masks glowed by the firelight, creating a beautiful, hypnotic scene. Then suddenly the drums stopped, A cold wind rose, making the torches flicker and dance wildly. An old fisher stranger stepped forward from the shadows, his face weathered by the sun and sea, and behind him stood Oni.
Ho, ho, ho!
Gasps followed the night air. Ada trembled, her hand flying to her mouth. Chisimo froze, his face turning pale as ash. Some of the villagers fainted from the sheer shock of seeing a man they believed long dead. Oni raised his hand gently, his voice calm and steady. "I am not a spirit," he said, his words carrying over the stunned silence. "I lived." Then he turned to Chisimo.
Ho, ho, ho!
His eyes held not hatred, but a deep, sorrowful question. "My brother." Why? Chisimo's knees weakened, and his carefully constructed mask of righteousness shattered into 1,000 pieces. I did it for love, for what you had," he stammered. His words tumbling out in a pathetic confession. Oni shook his head slowly. "You did it for jealousy."
Ho, ho, ho!
Ada wept bitterly, clutching her child to her chest, the truth a devastating blow. The villagers, once stunned, were now enraged. They demanded justice. They demanded blood, revenge, punishment. But Oni raised his hand again, silencing the crowd. "No," he said, his voice resonating with a wisdom beyond his years.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Let my scars teach us. Betrayal kills the betrayer long before his victim. He already walks with his sentence in his heart." He turned back to the broken man who was once his friend. "I forgive you," he said softly. The village elders whispered among themselves, awed by his grace. And so, Chisimo was not exiled, not executed.
Ho, ho, ho!
But he lost everything that truly mattered: the trust of the village, the honor of his name, and the love of Ada. Ada, in her grief and shame, chose to raise her child in her father's compound. Away from the man who had deceived her, Chisimo was left to live alone, a walking ghost haunted by his own choices.
Ho, ho, ho!
And Oni, he became a legend, known across many villages not as the man who was betrayed, but as the man who returned from death with forgiveness instead of vengeance. His story taught a powerful lesson: that the greatest strength is not in taking revenge, but in having the courage to forgive.
Ho, ho, ho!
Thanks so much for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales of wisdom from around the world. See you next time.
Ho, ho, ho!